referee Tom Scarborough will be at this next contest. As always, yeah. See what you get when you give him some water. He's a feisty one, that one. Look out. But this is your main event of Colosseum's third venture. Oh, wow. The specimen, the Adonis, the athletic presence of one of the best professional wrestlers, never mind Britain, in the world. Look at the way the light shines off of him, and people are saying, wow, you sound excited. How can you not be? Look at Levi Muir, who, by the way, is another undefeated individual here at Colosseum. Tom Scarborough will have his eyes on this contest, yes indeed. The diversity just keeps coming, doesn't it? And I tell you what, none finer, none more chiseled, none more primed for combat than Levi Muir.
Levi Muir, as you said, undefeated. So coming into this match, he wants to keep that streak going. He wants to keep that momentum going. And as we can hear, he does not shy away from letting people know how good he is.
I tell you what, normally I'll take someone to task, but Levi Muir has proved himself to be unstoppable. In our opening contest, or our opening triple threat contest, I should say, from our first ever show, he dispatched Nico Angelo and KM Lane in a triple threat elimination match with, by the way, sheer ferocity. I admire those children's gumption, but I wouldn't get too close to an individual like Levi Muir if I was you, kid. And also, of course, dispatched the absolute Taiwanese sensation Guy Hawks at the second show as well, who quite literally could glitch the Matrix himself, and this guy flattened him like a pancake. And now he's looking to do the same against arguably his most charismatic opponent to date in our main event. There's a reason that Levi Muir is at the top of the card, though, because he is primed for greatness.
And notice as well, he's taking his time. This is the longest entrance that we've had here in Colosseum thus far. He is just taking his time, he's letting people know who he is, and he's just basking in the atmosphere.
3% body fat, 97% excellence. Levi Muir is an absolute specimen. He gets thrown around a lot in this business. Physiques, people talk about it. This guy looks incredible, and now he's going to spit some bars himself. Oh, wow. I tell you what, Jesse has been very busy tonight. Levi Muir. I mean, Levi Muir has always had a bit of an edge to him, but I'll tell you, his attitude is getting worse and worse. But I can't argue with it because he's getting wins, he's getting results.
Ends justify the means?
Potentially. I mean, this is a guy who went to the big dance at a young age. Didn't quite. Oh, fans are taunting Levi Muir, yeah? Having a good time at his expense.
This is the issue. It's the respect problem around here. Not you respect me, you should. You should. I came here today ready to face British wrestling legend, OG, the butcher himself, Shaw Samuels.
That is correct. He was originally scheduled to face Shaw Samuels in our
main event.
I'm
disappointed because Shaw decided he's got better things to do today. You can see me, I'm here, in my gear, ready to go, ready to steal the show. The man all came and paid to see. I'm here to do my job. But once again, yet again, I'm at Colosseum and the opponent, shut up, I'm talking, shut up, I'm talking, be quiet.
There is some truth to what he's saying, though. A number of times he's been scheduled to face opponents who have dropped out or had to be oh, look out. Looks like somebody else is going to step on and play. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Shaw Samuels, the East End Butcher, is not here, unfortunately, in America. But we have the perfect man to face Levi Muir. In many ways, similar to Levi Muir, but an antithesis in character. 1, 2, 1.
When I say 1, you say 2, 1, man, every week, I'm back with a new one. I want you, I'm testing, I'm going to cover my people. I see in the morning, I see me,
they call him the Lyrical Dragon for a reason. The culture, the excellence. Drink it in, ladies and gentlemen.
When I say 01, you say 2, 1, 01. When I say 01, you say 2, 1, 01. When I say 01, you say 2, 1, 01.
Like Dereiss for Lyrical Dragon. Everyone up on their feet. Everyone singing along.
The reason I wasn't saying much, and ultimately that's because when he's in the house, you don't need to say anything. Man Like Dereiss will say it for you. The 0121, and of course, his tag partner in the 0121, Dan Maloney, will be debuting in the Best of Super Juniors. Congratulations, Dan. Amazing. He's going to be making his debut. He's now, of course, in New Japan alongside the Empire, United Empire. And of course, Man Like Dereiss is still representing the 0121. And when he says 01, what do you say?
Who won?
Exactly, my man kind of knows. I tell you what, Levi Muir did not get this far by allowing people to spit bars and chat like that. And if you chat what we know you chat, you get banged. And that's what's happening right now. Levi Muir is going to slap some sense into this kid. That's how he sees it. Again, he's fueled by anger and disrespect. Ring the bell, Tom Scarborough, our referee for your main event at Colosseum. And a pace quick and beautiful leapfrog and an arm drag takes over Levi Muir. Man Like Darice is cooking, and he's cooking good.
What a fabulous and frantic start to this main event. That's what you want in this main event. High energy, and that's what both of these guys bring. High intensity. It's going to be... I'm so excited.
The athleticism is going to be off the chain for this one. These are two of the best in the world for a reason. 0121 versus Levi Muir. But two men who have got to the same level, but with very different abilities and very different techniques. Look at that gorgeous kip up, just simple, textbook wrist lock control from the 0121's Man Like Dereiss.
A man like Darice himself, obviously he had that tour of America not too long ago as well. The world is starting to know 0121. If you don't already know about it, you soon will.
The world is starting to know what we already know. Beautiful up and over and a little bit of Fortnite action as well. He's young, he's got a little bit of cockiness himself. He's got a right to be because he's super talented. But the kids love this guy, the super energy. Levi Muir got Cook coming in. Look at that! Wow, I tell you what, almost spiked him with that hip toss. And oh wow, already a deep 2 count there. Tell you what, that was a deep hip toss. Levi Muir honestly almost dropped square on his neck, and he is not happy about that. The 0121, and of course, the bad man himself, Marshall X, who trained Man Like Dereiss, would have instilled that pitbull-like mentality into him. Don't be fooled by all the glitz and the glamour, and then they'll go, oh my God, violent suplex by Levi Muir, who is not exactly a scrub when it comes to professional wrestling.
Man Like Dereiss and between his entrance, his attire, it's all in a way a mind game to get in the opponent's heads. And with Levi, he has to keep composed. He has to keep his eye on the prize.
Man Like Dereiss has a future as shiny as those beautiful new kick pads of his. Honestly, putting that American tour money to good use, and who could blame him? Levi Muir, the 0121, extremely popular here, and there's good reason. Levi Muir not able to force him out of the corner. Man Like Dereiss now going to the outside, but that beautiful enziguri right in the face of Levi Muir, and now setting himself up maybe for a beautiful, oh look at that, now he's taking him to the outside. He's looking to debilitate Levi Muir. Look at the size of Levi Muir's legs. You knock those up, he's going to be in big trouble. Man Like Dereiss though, he's taking a lot of time, posturing to the audience, and while he's trying to, oh no, I'll tell you what, is he going to, oh man, I mean, it's not technically a disqualification because ultimately he hasn't necessarily made contact with the lower extremities of Levi Muir. However, if there's one way to debilitate a superstar, it is by wrapping around the ring post right where you do not want to be wrapped around. And Levi Muir has made it clear to me on many occasions that he's a gifted gentleman, so I imagine that hurt probably more so than the average man.
The Colosseum is chanting one more time though.
Yeah, I know, and now he's going the other way, and I mean, Levi Muir's face, Tom Scarborough is beside himself. Gentlemen, please get this back in the ring. I mean, how do you call a move like that, Connor?
Well, they don't necessarily teach you how to come to that in wrestling school. I don't know about you.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I don't particularly fancy meeting a ring post at the other end of the spectrum, and that's exactly what happened to Levi Muir. Now, beautiful, oh my God, I tell you what, the, shall we say the lower extremities of Levi Muir are getting quite the work over here. With the reverse atomic drop there, beautiful standing drop kick and just a 2 count. Man Like Darice is really cooking, isn't he?
Yes,
the kitchen is open for business.
But you mentioned something very important earlier. Levi Muir, he has been going through these matches expecting one thing and then getting another. He is needing to overcome adversity to this. Sure, he's boasting about it, but he needs to keep composed. He needs to keep his head on his shoulders.
He's on fire at this point. This is the main event of our third evening. And of course, one another great main event. You know, our first main event, Sheik El Shell. Oh, wow. I'll tell you what, he almost got caught there. He gets hung up on the ropes. And the roll through by Levi Muir. Look at the build momentum, just lariats him right down. Stan Hansen-like mentality, just taking the 0121 specialist, the lyrical dragon Man like Darice, out and over. And now this is going to spill out into the audience. And tell you what, it's if you buy a front row seat here, there's no guarantee that you won't end up with something. Oh, wow. Tell you what, I was about to talk about the sweat and the pepper that might drop on you, and he just dropped it on Man Like Dereiss's jaw.
Our referee, obviously, it is a 10 count that they have, so they will need to get into the ring at some point, but Levi is very content of just... Do you think he would take a count-out victory?
I don't think so, to be honest, despite all that posturing. What he's trying to do right now is hurt Darice. And also, let's not forget, let's see right there, broke the count. And of course, referee Tom Scarborough has to begin again. Tom Scarborough, to be fair, giving these guys a lot of leniency, trying to get them back in the ring because he recognises that a main event count-out is not what our fans want. You see the collision there, just drove the small of his back into the hardest part of the ring, and now just mocking him. And I have to say, Man Like Dereiss was having a good time with that ring post, having a good time making, shall we say, taking liberties with Levi Muir's lower extremities. And now he's paying the price for that, because that's just riled up Levi Muir even more.
That could possibly be a bruised or broken tailbone. We don't know. That side of the ring is the edge of the ring is a very hard bit of the ring.
If you've ever stood on it, you might have seen me jump on it earlier. There's a collision there for a reason. That is some extremely hard work. Referee Tom Scarborough in perfect position. Again, he is one of the best referees in the world, and that's why he's been assigned to this main event contest as Levi Muir looks to dispatch Man Like Dereiss, the member of the 0121. He's brought all the fire, all the energy, but right now Levi Muir in firm control.
Levi fancies himself a lyrical dragon slayer. We'll see if he'll be able to land that killing blow to Darice, or if Darice will be able to fight out of it. So far, Levi has got the upper hand.
Look at that.
Oh, my rib! Small package, small package!
Small package off there. Definitely, I'll tell you, look at that deadlift suplex, which he applies so beautifully. And now, Fireman's carrying Mr. 0121 Man Like Dereiss. Beautiful drop kick takes Levi Muir into the ropes, and Levi Muir looking to recover a little bit. The spotlights are big, they're bright, and they're blinding for some. And he looks to come in, and there's going to be a collision there. Oh my God! That flying crossbody, which he used to such great advantage. I saw him absolutely flatten Nico Angelo with that at our first show. He actually decapitated that poor kid from Wales, and he almost did the same to the 0121's Man Like Dereiss there. But Man Like Dereiss showing why he's been to America, why he is the hottest prospect on the block right now. Levi Muir maximising that 5 count to debilitate him.
What a wise wrestler once said, I have until 5, and Levi is very much adhering to that code.
Levi Muir's smart. He knows that Tom Scarborough does not want to end this match on a count or a disqualification. He's going to try and utilise that to the maximum position. Beautiful trap, exploit suplex by Levi Muir, just manhandling the young man, throwing him over. Absolutely stunning contest. 2 count only.
And also the vigor of that kick out, that huge kick out. When you kick out pinfalls, it's a message to your opponent to say, no, I am not done yet. The stronger you can do that, the stronger that will get into your opponent's head.
Levi Muir, has to be said, for the last 5-10 minutes of this contest in firm control, and now looking at that, just wrapping those huge biceps around the neck of Man Like Dereiss, and now he's looking to manhandle him with that textbook stalling. Oh wow, I tell you what, looking to get him with a slingshot suplex, and Man Like Dereiss is able to counter into a victory roll, and he could get him here, but he's only managed to hook one leg, and that might have been enough for Levi Muir to get out.
If that second leg was hooked, that could have been a different story.
Breaking down into a fight now, there's nothing fancy here. Levi Muir just looking to manhandle him, and there's the slingshot. Beautiful slingshot suplex, the technique from Levi Muir, just
but he's posturing. He's posturing. 1, 2.
Again, just like Man Like Dereiss couldn't roll up Levi Muir because he only wrapped up one leg. Levi Muir, again, only hooked one leg. That was enough for Man Like Dereiss to get out.
Also, he spent at least a good 2-3 seconds shouting to the audience how great that was. He could have used that time to get on that pin earlier.
This level of disrespect and arrogance that he feels, this is actually working its way back. Darice indeed. Well, he's not on fire right now, but he can be if he can draw on the energy. And I'll tell you what, Stanley Arts is rocking tonight. A sold out, packed out house. And again, look at that. Man Like Dereiss almost in desperation mode, just gripping onto that leg, trying desperately not to be man out by Levi Muir, but Levi Muir once again getting into a position.
Once again, Cobb just
it might be desperation,
on.
but it frankly works. It's a successful ploy up until this point.
It's the question of Carver, willing to, do you take a couple of clubs to the back or do you take a suplex? It's about that management of pain. Management, what will be the better scenario while you think of a counter to your opponent?
It's a very astute observation, Connor. You are correct as well. Oh! Just force it through. You got to feel like the energy from this audience really helped drive him through there. That burst of energy, that adrenaline to take Levi Muir over with that gorgeous suplex.
Absolutely. While Levi was trying to do the suplex, he couldn't counter the suplex, and Darice capitalizing. And as the Stanley Arts Center says, Darice is on fire.
Yes, indeed he is. And now looking to overpower Levi Muir, who normally has
but that's the lower back.
Advantage.
The lower back that he got on the edge of the ring. We don't know the extent of that, but he's hurting.
He's powered through it, but again, there he goes, knotting up that lower back. Levi Muir did not attack that lower back for no reason. It was methodical, and now looking to build up a bit of steam, but both men exhausted. Who can blame him?
Oh, but he's got him! He's got him! He's got him!
That flying crossbody from last time. Do you know how much it takes?
All the way slam!
A move after my own heart, something I've hit many times myself, but I tell you what, not with that level of gumption and power. And by the way, he just fall away slammed Levi Muir. The size of that man, and yet the sheer power, the heart and determination of a man like Darice, and the kip up. Oh, he wants to be careful there, clutching in that lower back. Not sure how smart that was. Levi Muir looking to capture some air. And I like Darice with that European uppercut, modified version right in the corner. Levi Muir counters up and over goes man like Darice. Again clutching that back though. Just powers through the clothesline. Lariat of his own. Stan Henson would be proud of that bad boy. And the man from the Midlands is cooking once again. The 0121 Darice. He's on fire as he climbs to the top rope. Desperately, this is his opportunity. Can he dispatch the undefeated Levi Muir in the main event of Colosseum?
Sometimes the heat of a moment.
Buster, beautiful blockbuster. Buff Bagwell's watching on. He's very happy about that. Oh my God! You should tweet the man after that. That was gorgeous, but it was just a 2 count. The street sweeper for the 0121 gets just a 2 count as your main event of Colosseum rolls on.
Whether it was intentional or not, Levi managed to roll himself to the upper side of the ring, bought himself time, bought himself an opportunity to kick out.
I'm sure if you ask him, he'll say his positional awareness, he's aware. And to be fair, I'm inclined to agree. He is a cerebral athlete. He does have an IQ. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in the main event. But that's the same for a man like Darice looking up for the 012169, but he's caught in midair. And oh boy, Levi Muir is enraged by that. He gets him up with a 5 and Darice battling out once again. He has had counter for counter. The go behind by Levi Muir and a violent back elbow right in the eye socket of Levi Muir, who counters once again. Look out! Look out!
TKO!
He's flattened him. That is knockout city from Levi Muir. And is that going to be enough? He hooks both legs this time.
Still not enough. Still not enough.
Man like Darice powers out despite both legs being hooked. We chastised him for that earlier. He learned from his mistake, and yet Darice was still able to find the adrenaline, the gumption to kick out. Incredible spirit from this young man.
There are some times when you do a move just right, you do it in the right place, right time, you do everything correctly. It's just that your opponent has enough will to kick out, and that was Darice on this occasion.
Oh, look how Levi Muir is beside himself, and now he's ripped off the top turnbuckle. That's Tom Scarborough's looking for him. Wait a minute, what's going on here? He's come over to opposition.
Levi, come on!
Hey, that's not how you administer first aid in the Colosseum, I can assure you of
You're
that.
better than this, Levi, come on!
He's not better than this, he's going to flatten. Oh no, Tom Scarborough has been wiped out by a first aid case. That is not how it
Super kick!
The call from Connor, a special one, and as he says, a super kick from man like Darice. But the story, that's only half the story. Look how he's looking in for the 619.
He's holding up.
He did indeed. Now he's going to die. He's going to get froggy. Look out for that turnbuckle. It's exposed, but he doesn't care. That's going to give him more leverage. so he can climb to the top. He's in the rafters. What a frog splash all the way from the heavens down. But referee Tom Scarborough is not able to make the count. You can count to 100, but the bottom line is Tom Scarborough has been knocked out, ironically, by a first aid case that was wielded by Levi Muir with the intention of flattening the dome of Man Like Dereiss. Right now, Man Like Dereiss remonstrating, trying to get some energy, some life back into him. It is not fun when an average individual is hit by a first aid case, much less the talents of someone like Tom Scarborough, who is just absolutely flat. Matt Raven, a ringside photographer, looks concerned himself, as does our videography team from Spinebuster Media. Everybody highly concerned.
Oh, low blow!
Oh my God! Right in the solar plexus and a DDT, which frankly would put anybody down. Levi Muir looks enraged.
Jake Roberts is somewhere smiling after that.
Referee Tom Scarborough. I'll tell you what, RJ Single has told me, you don't kick out a DDT.
He's using the ropes as
well.
Come on.
Everything at his disposal. The ropes, the first aid case, and a low blow behind the referee's back. Levi Muir remains undefeated in the Colosseum, but not by hook or by crook. He used everything at his disposal tonight to get the job done. Man Like Darice knows he had him beaten, but unfortunately, with referee Tom Scarborough disposed, it's Levi Muir who goes 3-0 in the Colosseum. And now, gesturing for Jesse, our wonderful host MC, to get in the ring. Levi Muir wants to lord over poor Man Like Dereiss. Desperately.
You win on this match! Levi Muir!
Getting Jesse to raise his hand.
Now asking her to leave the ring. I mean, a lack of respect once again.
Oh, come on, Levi.
I mean,
come on, Levi.
I mean, he did ask. You know, he did try and lower the ropes, but I think that was a blank gesture, to be honest. But Levi Muir, the story here is that Levi Muir is 3-0 and undefeated in the Colosseum.
But he was damn close to he was pinned for free. The referee was injured, sure, but he was pinned for free.
But you know what will happen if you ask him. It's coulda, shoulda, woulda. The bottom line is the money is still in the bank of Levi Muir. It's not the right way. It's not how it should have been done in the main event of Colosseum. But Levi Muir could give two hoots what we think. An incredible performance, an incredible debut by Man Like Dereiss. But the main event man here, Levi Muir, he's not done.
And just like the modern day, gladiator I am, you find a way to win at Colosseum once again.
Well, you can't argue with the results. The methods, not necessarily fantastic. But the result is a 3-0 record. Levi Muir undefeated in the main event of Colosseum's third outing here at the Stand of the Arts in London.
Two immediate questions comes to mind. What will he do to keep his undefeated streak alive? And how long will that last?
And also, let's not forget as well, let's add a third question to our mix. At some point, gold is going to be introduced here at Colosseum. And whether you like it or not, this is the only undefeated man with a streak of 3-0 in our business, in this Colosseum company, this beautiful Stanley Arts Centre. And he's remonstrating. Look at it, even the children in our audience are furious at what they see, but it really doesn't matter. Levi Muir will literally stoop to the low level. He doesn't care. As long as he's winning, that's all that matters. Like we say, by hook or by crook, the cerebral nature of Levi Muir, turning a complete accident, a complete disaster, into a beneficial prospect for himself.